We know that God is a light, but when a person draws closer to God, there are two things that take place. We begin to understand or know our own weaknesses, and at the same time, God exposes the wickedness in our heart. So when we talk about drawing closer to God, we as believers must be willing to accept the exposure that comes from the light. For there to be holiness in our lives, we all know that we have to draw closer to God. But very often we dismiss the whole aspect of exposure of the individual. The workings of God will only follow when there is a emptying of the things that are blocking the revelation of God in our lives. Many of us do not have spiritual insight into the workings of God because of this blockage, because of the spiritual wall of darkness. And as a result of us not drawing closer to God, that wall stands as a hindrance to us receiving what God desires for us. So again, if we are going to say and believe that God is light, we must be willing to draw closer to that light, knowing that in drawing closer to that light, we do not only expose ourselves to the evil in us, but we are also bringing ourselves to live a life of holiness where God will place His desires in our lives. So drawing closer to God does not only entail a greater revelation of who God is and a greater abundance of what God has. It's first and foremost the exposure of who you are here on earth. And that is what God wants. God wants you to be willing for Him to reveal to you what's in your heart. This is the journey. This is the beginning of the spiritual journey of the believer. When the believer has an honest heart before God, and honesty of heart means that you are willing for that heart to be exposed by God. Revelation comes through exposure, because exposure removes the vile things of the heart. There is always that carnal nature in the believer that needs to be rid of, and we can only rid that off by us drawing closer to the Lord.